Welcome to the third half presented by Gilbert Rugby Canada. I'm David Cameron Donaghy here with Gianmarco Forcella,
Ciao, everybody.
president of the organizing committee for Bingham Cup 2024. Gianmarco, this has been an amazing tournament. How do you think it's gone?
Well, okay, this is a nice question because this is gonna be my point of view. Honestly, I thought knowing the limits of Rome as a city, we probably could have done a little better, but we couldn't do better than this. We are so happy to have brought the tournament here. Thank you to all the clubs that have entrusted their fate in Libera Rugby, that have entrusted the fate of your fate in Libera Rugby, and honestly, this has been an amazing journey. It's been 28 insane months. We are at the end, and it has been a great journey. Thank you, everybody.
No, it's been an amazing experience, and it's been an experience that Bingham's supposed to be. The feeling of inclusivity, the feeling of family, community that we don't get anywhere else other than the Bingham Cup.
Yeah, actually, this is something that we wanted to work on, like from the very beginning in terms of inclusivity. We tried to make pick the venues as accessible as possible because that was one of our first thoughts in our mind to care about. Then about inclusivity, we were the first ones, and hopefully will not be the last ones to have an all trans match here at
Which
this Bingham Cup.
was amazing.
Yeah, it definitely is amazing, and hopefully, finally, researchers can have more material to support the fact that there are no barriers. What it's been said throughout the research is just not true, and honestly, all the players were so happy, and that honestly, that was that was the moment for me of this being.
Well, it made history. And the thing that it really proved, and I've watched all the matches today, and it's been amazing rugby. The women's match, the Amanda Mark Cup, phenomenal against the Wolves against the Lowlanders. Phenomenal game. It's funny that in the trans match, there were no injuries. No one went down on one knee.
And nobody actually had any issues or there were any strength.
No medics.
We demonstrated the exact contraries of what the research are saying. And hopefully, as I was saying, this is just starting. This has to be taken by baby steps, but if it gets forward, then finally, as a community, we'll get where we want to go.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's going to send a huge message in a loud, profound way that, you know what? It doesn't matter who you are as long as you want to play rugby, because rugby players come in every shape, size, dimension. It doesn't really matter anything beyond that.
Correct.
And again, the fact that there were no medics involved, no one went down on one knee. Like, it's the one match I've seen where there were no injuries.
Yeah.
And it was a hard match. They were playing hard.
A really intensive match, actually.
It really
Honestly,
was.
I was surprised in a very good way of the intensity that the folks put in that match. It was like so passionate. And probably the answer is easy of that because all of them actually wanted to play that match. They were really looking forward to it.
Well, right now we've got the match on for the Bingham Cup between the Sydney Convicts and Lake Gaillard. So we're not going to be on terribly too much longer because Gianmarco's got to go and award the Bingham Cup. What do you think? What do you think the lasting message of this Bingham Cup is going to be?
I have my personal point of view that at some point, small clubs should be trusted in doing what they would like to propose for Bingham Cup. Like us as Libera, we've been called fools as well from the local administrations here in the beginning, like in 2019 to present such a project. And then at the end, here we are. Even if there were those much issues around with the transportation, but I mean, nothing we can do. Rome is a really trafficked city, and some other small issues. We try to intervene as much as we can, and I think that we showed that if a small club would just like to push forward and propose a Bingham Cup, maybe they had the strength to do so. And the fact that EGR clubs entrusted Italy to deliver such a strong event in terms of numbers and in terms of community,
Huge numbers.
it had a huge impact. So as a community, we should probably work on helping the other countries to to promote a more inclusive rugby, more inclusive sport in their home countries. So this is my last take-home message: that inclusion in sport is possible, and let's help each other. Do not fight between each other, because at the end of the day, we are a community.
Now, just very quickly on that, because we've got to be conscious of time. Are you going to do an economic impact report? So, what did the Bingham Cup bring in to Rome, dollar-wise?
We are trying to study to do so. Studying next week with an appointment with our local administration. We definitely do think that it has been a huge impact, because bringing we have official data says that we have 4,000 people in. Probably, I believe there are at least 500 more. And honestly, this has a huge impact. It probably was the hugest Bingham Cup ever in terms of numbers. So
Oh,
we're definitely
absolutely
going to do
was.
it.
So it's because I think that something like that, where you were mentioning being able to help other clubs plan Bingham, like you don't have to be a huge club. You can be a small club and
You
have a successful event.
Yeah, but you also have to be structured. That is my point of view.
Well, being able to communicate that, in hotel or accommodation revenue to the city, this amount came in, to local businesses. This amount was collected in taxes. And then it would be easy to do an estimate of what people spent on food,
Yeah.
what people spent on transportation, whether it was public transport or Uber's made a fortune
Oh
off
yeah,
this Bingham Cup, from the Lime bikes and scooters to the actual cars. So I think having something like that would be actually advantageous, and would teach other clubs, like, this is what I can present if I want to do a Bingham. These are the economic numbers that bringing to show to local government and to sponsors. This is what we can do if we bring this tournament here.
yeah.
So, Gianmarco, thank you so much for being an amazing host. Um, you've been fantastic. I mean, we've been working on communications for the last couple of years. It's been an absolute pleasure. You've done an amazing job. You and your team should be incredibly proud of yourselves. And for those that couldn't make this Bingham, I mean, I don't want to say you missed out, but there's a bit of a miss out. Like, I hope there was a little bit of FOMA or FOMO. I actually fear missing anything. I think would be good. But it was a really amazing experience. Now we've got to look forward to either Buenos Aires or Brisbane. So stay tuned for
Good luck
those.
to both.
Yeah, make sure that your club votes for the club that you, or in the city that you want the next Bingham to come to. So, Gianmarco, thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, everyone who has tuned into the third half. While we've been here, we're going to go back and find out who wins the Bingham Cup. Watch social media channels for IGR and Bingham Cup for the winner. And thank you with you.